the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, June 26th. We're getting ready for a great sports betting weekend here with great action today at the World Cup and also Major League Baseball, WNBA, one game in the CFL, and more coming up here on the Morning Steam. So thank you for joining me here. We'll let some folks roll in, and then we'll start the proceedings, previewing all the games here today. And we got some exciting things going on here on the Sports Money Network here this weekend, including our Home Run Derby contest. You're going to want to pick your guys, and we're going to go over maybe give a few clues or a few hints on some, and maybe you have your own after yesterday's home run barrage. Who had the homers? Who had the winners yesterday in the Home Run Derby? I had Schneider. I didn't come through, but there'll be some good ones today. 15 games. Everybody's in action here on Friday. So we'll preview the games in just a moment. We want to review the games here while some folks get rolling in here from the action on Thursday. And we'll start, of course, with the World Cup. We'll talk United States soccer here right now. And, it didn't quite go the Americans' way as Turkey was able to get the win there late 3-2 over the U.S. And, U.S. definitely brought out their B team there, at least to start the game, starting 9 new players in the lineup, basically the bench. And, they got off to a flying start. It looked like it was going to be okay there for a while when Austin Trusty scored on that rocket shot off the rebound. But then Turkey rallied with a couple of goals in the first half to take a 2-1 lead. And the U.S. got the momentum back when Sebastian Berhalter got a goal there off of a corner kick to tie the game at 2. And then Christian Pulisic did enter the game in the second half. He was robbed on one shot, hit the post on another, and then Turkey won that goal mouth scramble to win the game there and take it down. Matt Turner kind of fell down there, leaving the net wide open for that winning rebound shot. USA did sit out 4 players with yellow cards, including a top scorer in Balogun as well. Pulisic did sit out the first half with that injured cap as a precaution. U.S. will play Bosnia in the first round of the knockout phase, and that game is next Wednesday, July 1st, and USA is favored in that game, about a $2.25 favorite here. It's gone up about 25 cents overnight, actually. The US was about a $2 favorite, maybe just about 6 hours ago, and now the total 2.5 over 15. So the US expected to go through and advance here and maybe take on in the next round. Now you got to wait till everything kind of sorts out a little bit here, but Bosnia, they're going to be a third place qualifier, and the U.S. is definitely playing Bosnia. That one is already set up here right now, so U.S. known to advance here and go on and play Bosnia. So if they do, it looks like it could be a team maybe like Belgium, providing what happens there in the round of 32, but that would be the target opponent for the United States. So we've got more action today here in the World Cup. We'll preview the 6 games, but there were other games yesterday here as well, including a surprise, a shocker with Germany and Ecuador. As Ecuador got the win yesterday, believe it or not, 2-1 over Germany. A big shocker here. Ecuador picking up and finishing at 1-1 right there. That was a huge win for Ecuador to get into the knockout round. Just a tremendous victory there, and to surprise Germany here. We're seeing some of these, good teams. Now, Germany was already through, so no problem. They actually finished first in the group still, but Ecuador with a win will make sure they're one of the third place teams. Also, it was Ivory Coast going through as a second place team as they beat Curacao there yesterday 2-0. We kind of almost dialed that up perfectly. I know I went with Curacao here on the show yesterday, plus 2 goal. We had the under in the Germany-Ecuador game yesterday was a push. We had Curacao yesterday was a push. So pushed on those group games. Also, though, upset. It was, well, I don't know about an upset if you want to call it an upset, but Sweden and Japan, 1-1 in a final there. Sweden was able to get the draw out of that one against Japan. There, as both teams will move on to the knockout round in that one. Hey, we had that winner on the morning steam. We went with the under yesterday in that 1-1 draw. Also, it was Tunisia and Netherlands there. Netherlands 3-1 in that one. And we saw a bit of a shocker there as Tunisia actually scored and did force that game to go over yesterday. We talked about that a little bit here on the show, but we were talking up Netherlands maybe to get that extra goal in there, but Tunisia with it making it 3-1. They were already toast in that game, but the Dutch scored early and they didn't score. Well, they did score another one after Tunisia cut it to 2-1, but the Dutch had scored 2 goals in the first 7 minutes of the game there. So they still look pretty good, but Tunisia actually covered in that game, and it did go over. So also the other game was Australia and Paraguay. They played to a 0-0 draw. I thought it would be a high-scoring game, but I didn't have a clue on that game, I guess, as Paraguay and Australia finished with a draw there in their group. So U.S., of course, wins the group. They're moving on. Australia, they're moving on. And Paraguay in there. So talk about the teams that are moving on here right now and who's going to be in the round of 32 as we get to some more action here on Friday. And there'll be more up for grabs. We'll preview the games here in just a moment. Let me say hello to some folks in the chat. We'll recap some baseball from yesterday. Hello to everyone. Cash Kane is here today. Bobby Mack is ready to go. Hello to Razor here joining us in the chat today. It's going to be a great weekend here. Don't forget now, a programming note. Morning Steam tomorrow is going to be at approximately 7:30 Eastern and 4:30 Pacific time. We make way for the guys, and they'll be here tomorrow with the UFC coverage of UFC Azerbaijan, and that goes off at, probably about, we'll give them a few minutes to get on the air, so I'll try to get off the air here by about 8:45 a.m. so we can make way for the guys and the UFC companion show here on Saturday, and that lightweight top 20 contenders here with Rafael Paziv and Manuel Torres. And you can check out VB MMA Picks, where we preview that fight and 2 others with Adam Hill. You see Adam's name every week on the UFC broadcast with his score in between rounds. Well, he was our guest this week on VB MMA Picks. So just that note, though, just again that tomorrow we'll come on a little early. We'll do about maybe 75 or 80 minutes or so, and then we'll make way for the guys and the UFC coverage, which is basically the first fight, I think, goes off at 9:15 Eastern and 6:15 Pacific. So I know the guys like it when they can enjoy their Saturday night and get the show out of the way, even though it's a little bit extra work to get up early, but I know they enjoy being relax a little bit, maybe catch a nap, and then have a great night on Saturday night. Don't have to go all the way through. So enjoy that coverage here on the new Sports Money Network. All right, Andy, let's speak to the guys. Let's hear from Mike right now. And let's hear from Mike regarding the home run derby, and then maybe we'll cover some of those homers here today.
It's the Home Run Derby here on the Sports Money Network. You guys excited to bring you the first of its kind contest here on the Sports Money Network with prizes and giveaways galore, courtesy of the Sports Money Network. We're looking to get you guys a 9-day contest. Starts June 25th through July 3rd, and all you have to do is comment below. The Home Run Derby prediction needs all 4 criteria: the player name, the team name, the home run pricing or odds that you got that at, and the book you got them from. As an example, you would say Aaron Judge with the Yankees at plus 250 on DraftKings in the comments section. It's 1 entry per person per day. Must include all 4 components out there. The entry limit counts. And you come back daily. We'll give you guys updates as the contest progresses. I think you have what it takes to win the Home Run Derby. Comment below and let's cash together with the Sports Money Network.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.
All right, so the Home Run Derby, make sure you get your entries in. Now, there's a separate video every day, and you put your entries in there. Some of the hot batters today, Riley Green Machine, he could be going. He's hit 2 against Arrighetti. He's got a good, strong possibility. Colt Keith today, Brandon Lau, Nate Lowe in there. Sam Basalo, we know how hot he's been as well. And so some of the guys that are available out there today, if you want to run some deeper odds, you can pick some favorites in there too, but I think we're tracking the odds there is what it looks like. So you kind of got to go in the middle maybe and find those guys in there. So have fun with that and get your picks in the other video. You'll see it out there underneath the videos tab where to put your picks in for the contest. So I think you can do it right up to the game whenever you pick in there. And great job by the guys there to get this contest together. All right, enjoy that. Let's take a look at what happened in Major League Baseball yesterday with some of our games. We almost got enough people in here to kind of roll with the show. If you don't mind, I'll wait just a couple more minutes and let's talk about some of the winners from yesterday and, well, some of the games yesterday. Man, how about the Phillies, man? These teams have scored 15 runs in the 9th inning over the last 3 games, and they overcome a big deficit. Washington scored a bunch of runs off of Sanchez in the 1st inning and led 5-0 through 4, but the Phillies came back to smash in that game. And the Phillies won it over the Nationals. Another high-scoring game between those two. It was 10-5. Phillies actually went off on the Nats there in the top of the 9th inning to get the win. Bryce Harper had basically the game winner there in the top of the 9th. Go ahead. The decisive home run there in that one. Also, Houston 2-1 yesterday over the Tigers. Hey, we had the under on the morning steam in that one. You know we did with Imai and Melton. We went with the under for a winner here on the morning steam. We had a lot of winners yesterday here on the show, no doubt about it. How about the Rangers and Toronto? We took the Rangers yesterday. They got the win 6-5 yesterday. No good win there for the Rangers. A little bit of underdog money, and we had them yesterday here on the show. As Rangers were able to grab that win on the road there against the Blue Jays yesterday. Texas basically had 3 home runs, 1 in the 1st and 2 in the 3rd to blast off on them. Boston here and the Yankees was 6-3 final, but we did hit our we had the under in the first 5, but it was the 4 runs by Boston in the bottom of the 5th that doomed me there, and Boston went on for the win there in the big game yesterday. Chad Dermott, 2-run home run there for the Sox. But we did come through. How about the Cubs? I mean, we had the Cubs. Everybody had the Cubs yesterday, 4-3 there in that one. Is it in 10 innings this time? But it didn't matter. The Cubs send the Mets to yet another defeat. Oh, my goodness. PCA had the game-winning hit in the 10th inning. You know, the Cubs went 7-0 against the Mets this season, outscoring them 51-24. The Mets have lost 6 straight. They're 9.5 games out of the playoffs right now, so rough times here right now for those Mets. Oh, man. Also, Pirates here, we had the under in the game against the Mariners in a 5-1 victory there for Pittsburgh. Morning steam winner there. And we also had the under first 5 in the game between the Athletics and the Giants. And it did go under despite the 9-6 victory in the end. But we had the under in the first 5 here on the show yesterday with the A's and the Giants. Okay. And also here, it was a little WNBA action. And, man, how about Kelsey Plum out for 4 weeks. Toronto smashed LA. Marina Mabrey, WNBA all-time high, 53 points. Actually tied the all-time high, 53 points for Toronto yesterday. Mabrey lit up the scoreboard and WNBA record point total yesterday in the victory. A wild game for Toronto, 125-97. They're in trouble without Plum right now for a month. LA is going to be hurting for sure. It was the Aces all over Dallas, 99-84 yesterday, as Las Vegas got it done there. They opened up a big lead there in the first half, and that's what we had yesterday. There was first half Vegas, and also we had a winner with first half over with New York and Seattle. There we said go over 86, and it was 90 points in the first half for another winner here on the show yesterday. So 2-1 WNBA picks there, although we had Winnipeg and Edmonton got it done in the CFL, and Edmonton's looking pretty good right now, but it was the second time this season that a game had gone under in the CFL. Overs are still 9-2, I think 9-2 or 10-2. Overs are big time right now in the CFL. There's a game tonight. All right. I think that covered the recap. So I think we got enough people. We got 15 people in here. We can get started with these previews here. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. We'll say hello to the folks in the chat and really appreciate you guys being here. Who else showed up here? Terrell couldn't even find us yesterday, so it shows you. I mean, whatever's going on, they're trying everything to keep me off of YouTube. They can't stop me here. Big O here, and there's Sharpie. All right, he's looking good. Sharpie has it. We are on a heater. I hope so, Sharpie. You let me know if Sharpie's here. We're talking the Miz. We're probably talking. I think we're talking a little bit of Wheeler in there. I hope. We're talking Skeens today as well. Who else? I think that might be it for the elite starters. Let's see what Sharpie thinks of those guys. And of course it is Padres Dodgers night here, so what kind of mood will I be in here? The Padres they're putting a lot of stock into this series this weekend. It's really gaining a lot of steam in San Diego, and I want to have a big letdown here, but thank you to Jim. He smashed the like. Don't forget, everyone, enter your home run prop in there. Hey, Jim did have the Elks last night. Good morning to Trevor here. And Nick says Mets. He's got some news here. Oh, breaking news. Mets. I think that's the punchline for Nick. Oh, Roki. We're rolling with Roki. Oh, man. Don't tell me that, Sharky. Come on. Sharpie, please. Come on. The Padres are going to hit Roki right now. Come on. Sharpie. Don't bring me down here. Bueller against his former team. He's going to be crafty out there. And maybe we'll have a meltdown in the Dodger dugout. You got to feel bad for the young man behind the plate there. I'm pretty sure he's a pretty Dalton Rushing. Everyone's talking about him. He drew there might be a story to it. I guess they're trying to bury it. There might be, Ohtani may have given him the business a little bit. But I think Ohtani's not going to be the guy to get too cross with someone, probably trying to make a player better. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, they did. Okay, that's the breaking news. Oh, is that what it was? Dead internet? Did Nick go on pause there? Let me get the info here. Oh. Let me fix the internet here and also fix the Twitter. Oh, let me get that, Brent, then breaking news there, huh? All right, we'll break into it right now. I didn't know. I I thought Nick was just saying that the Mets themselves are breaking news. Okay, no problem. We'll bring that breaking news here to you, right? I've been calling for it for days, right? I mean, how could you not? How could you keep going here right now like this with the way things are going with the Mets here? So, all right. Let's get that breaking news going right now. And who's got the panel for us? Okay, Sharpie says, just strike the guys out. Okay, let's bring that breaking news here right now, okay? Okay, well, we got breaking news here in the MLB, broken by the chat here as the Mets president of baseball operations David Stearns did fire Carlos Mendoza earlier today following the disappointing 34-47 start to the season. Andy Green, former Padre here, who has managed the Padres quite a while there. He has been appointed the interim manager. I would think it's actually probably a pretty good deal there for the Mets. We'll see. He'll be the interim manager for the remainder of the season. He had also been the team's senior vice president of baseball development. Of course, he was with the Padres for quite a while, but Mendoza, in his third season, is let go, finished with a record of 206 and 198, did take the Mets to the NLCS in 2024, but basically, despite carrying one of the highest payrolls in baseball, the Mets are in last place in the East and are on a 6-game losing streak and have given up about 50 runs this week, it seems like. So, all right, thanks for that, you guys. And the Mets here taking over with the new manager. We weren't even sure about the pitching situation with the Mets today, but it looked like Thornton was going to go. So, all right, thanks for that, you guys. And breaking news there. All right. And Sharpie's got his pitching information here with us today. He's looking at Abbott. He's looking at Awesome Abbott in there. He's looking at Skeens. He's looking at Taj Bradley. And he says maybe here the Miz. It might be a tarp here on the Miz today. All right, let's get rolling here now. We got almost 20 of you. That's okay. Let's go here. We're going to go to the World Cup first, so that'll give us some time, a few minutes to talk a little bit World Cup soccer here with you. And then we'll get into the Major League Baseball action. Stand by.
Critical notice.
All right. Here we go. Let's go to World Cup action here for Friday. And we got 6 games on tap, and it's going to get underway here at 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific time here at the World Cup today. And we're going to be at the it's supposed to be the East Rutherford Stadium. I told the AI to not use the names of the companies on the graphic. We might get sued. We might be off the air. I might be off the air here on the Sports Money Network if we don't get rid of the company names on the graphic. We might get sued here. Watch out. All right, well, let's get first off here with I'll go with Iraq and Senegal first. Let's save that awesome game here for the second game in this one as a World Cup here today, with Iraq coming in 0-2 and Senegal coming in 0-2 as well. It's just too bad for Senegal that they had to be in one of the toughest groups here coming in, because you figure Senegal is actually a pretty good team, but they had to go up against Norway and France. So that was going to be difficult from the get-go. Now their pressure is on here. Senegal to win this game and to win it confidently here. They really have to come through with a big performance here against Iraq in this one. So they are favored by 2 goals here. So total here 3 over 20 in this one. So, it doesn't take a genius like me to figure it out that I think Senegal is going to be coming at them hard to try to make sure they can rack up some goals here. Iraq's not going anywhere, so Senegal has to win and win big in realistic hopes of advancing as one of the best third-place teams. Iraq's already been eliminated. They've allowed 7 goals in 2 matches and basically can't even pass the ball between one another. I think they had minimal passing statistics in both games, particularly in the first half when they were, basically playing from the back. So now Mendy is out, I believe, here for Senegal. God, that guy's been around for so long, it seems like. But Iraq generated almost no offense there against France. They've lost here in the first 2 games 4-1 to Norway. Meanwhile, Senegal lost to Norway 3-2. Iraq lost to France 3-0. Senegal lost to France 3-1. So you can see a little bit of the difference there in the common opponents if you wanted to try to gauge if Senegal is good enough to get a 3rd goal here in this one against Iraq. It does seem like a few of these games so far in the in the 3rd round here of play that some of the teams that have been eliminated are picking up a goal on some of these teams, and maybe it could be a 3-1 game here with Senegal, or could it be 4-1? Could Senegal really be putting the pressure on them big time here? I just would be worried that Iraq might get one here and Senegal might be stuck on 3. Now, maybe that's what happened to me yesterday, so maybe I'm a little bit concerned. I don't want Iraq, that's for sure. I'd rather take Senegal here and look for maybe a 4-1 game or so, but let's see if you guys are doing anything with me in the World Cup. I just see a couple in there right now, so think we could just make our pick here. Hello to VAR in the chat. And Robert does not see them scoring. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, I was going to go over in this game. I figured Senegal might be good for 4 here. If it gets to 3, they might be willing to call it a day here, and that might just set it off and finish right on 3. So I was just concerned if Senegal got to 3 that Iraq would get 1, and then laying 2 with Senegal's just a push. Okay, no, I definitely like that Iraq team total under for sure, and to me, I think Senegal does go over its team total here as well. I mean, I am going to go over in this one, and trying to see what's going on here with the Muchova matches. Both players are walking off the court here in between sets. I'm just missing out here. There's something that's gone on in the court. I don't know if it's an illness. No, it doesn't. Well, I'm not sure. I don't see here why they're walking off the court. I think they were explaining it on the broadcast here, but okay, no big deal. Okay, anyways, in this one, I'm going to go over then. Give me the over here with Iraq and Senegal here. I think we can get to 3 for sure, and then maybe it's a free roll. Maybe Iraq gets one because it happened yesterday. Oh, here comes some more plays from the chat. VAR is on. France over. We're going to get to that one right now. Senegal over 2.5. Maybe that could be the call also. Okay. Let me go to the next one here with this is I don't know if it's even arguably. This might be the best game of any game in the round robin play, in the pool play here with Norway and France, particularly because both teams do come in 2-0 in this game, although, we would know that. Well, maybe we did, but, there may have been a game or two that had maybe equal the luster of this one, but they weren't both 2-0 at the time, obviously. So this feels like one of the better games here right now. Now, both teams are in pretty good position here. It's just a matter of what's going to happen overall, with France favored by 1 goal at plus 105 here, and the total here is 3 under at minus 115 or so in this one. Let's see what you guys think here with France taking on Norway. So we just said the games, but if you wanted to compare it again, I'll just kind of repeat it. So France here basically beat Iraq 3-0. Norway beat Iraq 4-1. Same margin, a little bit higher score, gave up a goal. France beat Senegal 3-1. Norway beat Senegal 3-2. So you can see, even though the margins are thin in soccer, France did fare a little bit better against those two teams than Norway did, and hence here the 1 goal spread. Quinn over Borges into the Mallorca final. So now this is going to be a game here with these two. Well, like I said, very high quality match. Norway's been great with Holland, scoring, finishing, everything in sight. Every time you look up, he's scoring again, hoisting his teammates up. But France is just a more complete, balanced team. Norway doesn't quite have the defense, I think, that France does. And maybe they're just short on the firepower, but still Norway has been showing the firepower of late. France, so, have scored at least 2 goals in 14 of their last 15 matches and have won 9 of their last 13 by multiple goals. Mbappe back there, they will create turnovers before you can even make it over the midfield line, and then turn it into a wide transition game because of their adeptness at pulling back and sending the ball into the box. And that's a great way that France is able to score a lot of times. They have a lot of ways to score. So they can generate those type of plays, and that's where Norway can be exposed a little bit if they feel like they wanted to kind of come forward a little bit quickly. Really, Norway should be the team to be that should try to be more tentative, but I just don't think they can or know how to do that. Norway has seen both teams score in 8 of their last 9 international contests, and France has seen the BTTS cash in 6 of 7. So sounds like a lot of goals here. The total's 3. Now Norway is going to, definitely want to still play a little bit offensive here. You can feel a little bit comfortable. I mean, these two teams are looking pretty smug as far as moving on. So I would expect this one to have a little bit of fun, but can France really beat them? I don't know if France can cover 1 goal here. It just feels like it is going to land on 1 goal in this game. So let's see what you have in this one. I'm just going to take France and Norway to go over in the first half here, I think, in this one. Let's see what you guys think. I'm going over first half. Okay, here we go with the chat all-stars. Jim says France in 90 minutes. I think that's what that means, right? What does it stop after 90? I mean, there's no kicks or anything, so I don't know. I didn't know that was actually a category. Robert here over. Fernando over 3.5 at plus money. Cash Kane has it as a draw. And Fernando says 4-2, 3-2, high score. Fernando says high score. Okay. I'll go over here in the first half with Norway and France at probably going to take it up to the Asian handicap here, and I'm going to say there'll be 2 goals in the first half. So I'll go over 1.5 goals in the first half here at plus 125. All right, and a cash gain 2-2, and Erling Holland to score a goal, not the Netherlands. Okay, let's move on to the next pairing of games here now. Those were at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, as I said. And now, see if I can't get one more look and see if we knew what happened to old Muchaba there. They walked off the court together. Okay, it is. Okay, I figured that was the case. So Extreme Heat has sidelined the match between Muchaba and Roos. Extreme Heat. So unclear when they will resume play there at Bad Homburg. Okay. Let's move on here now and get to the next group. And we got Spain taking on Paraguay here in this one. For Spain, they come in 1-0-1. Uruguay, I think I said Paraguay. Uruguay is 0-2 coming in. Uruguay with draws against Saudi Arabia 1-1 and Cape Verde 2-2. Spain, meanwhile, tied Cape Verde 0-0 and beat Saudi Arabia 4-0. So you can compare the common opponents there as well. For Spain here, For Spain here, man, this defense has been really good. I mean, obviously they didn't allow any goals so far in the 2 games. Now they didn't score against Cape Verde, but still, found themselves in a pretty good position here as a 1-goal favorite against Uruguay, who does sometimes have some trouble scoring. And you got a Spanish team here that basically has 9 clean sheets in their last 12 international matches. Uruguay missing Araujo in this one, and also Dirascata. So Spain will be pretty healthy here coming into this one. They don't need to crush necessarily here against Uruguay, but Uruguay has looked flat here offensively, man. They did get 2 goals against Cape Verde, but just one in that first one against Saudi Arabia. So can Spain come in and cover a goal here against Uruguay? Can Uruguay score a goal in this match against Spain? They've been, 3 goals isn't bad against those two. If you think about it, Uruguay scored 3 goals against Cape Verde and Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, Spain only scored 4 goals technically, since they didn't score against Cape Verde. So is it really worth a whole goal here? Yes, Spain is however you want to look at them, number 1, number 2, number 3, no doubt about it. But Uruguay seems to know kind of what they're doing here, maybe against a team like Spain in this one. It's certainly here. You look at the standings, Uruguay with 2 draws, they may need to win. I guess 3 draws could work out, but let's see what you guys say in the chat here in this one. I don't know if 3 draws is going to work, right? I don't think 3 draws is going to make it for Uruguay, actually. I think a win is really what they need. If they're going to rely on 3 draws, they're going to need a lot of help. And, they're not going to beat Spain here. So that becomes a little bit of a gamble. Spain might be able to counter on them. Let's see what the chat says here. Pretty interesting. Okay, here is Spain to win and under 2.5. So Spain 2-0, Spain 1-0, something in there. Man, okay, see, I thought the game would go kind of the other way because Uruguay would have urgency here. Uruguay money line, though, Cash Gain's going to ride with this one and try to score here with Uruguay at almost 5-1. under first half here for Robert here. Under first half for Robert. So both you guys we've seen some unders here with you guys. Okay, I better look the other way then. Okay. I'm going to take Uruguay here plus a goal in this one. I'm not sure that I'm going to take Uruguay plus a goal. I didn't come with a pick on the side here on this one. I'm going to go with Uruguay here. That maybe they do end up with a draw. They can't even afford to draw. All right, I might be a little contrarian there in that one. Okay, let's get the next game here in that group. It's going to be Saudi Arabia taking on Cape Verde. Just said here, Cape Verde comes in with 2 draws so far against Spain, 0-0, against Uruguay, 2-2. Saudi Arabia, meanwhile, yes, they tied Uruguay 1-0 and lost to Spain 4-0. So maybe that's where the difference is. But if you look at the odds here at Cape Verde minus 115, I think there was one other game maybe that was close to a pick'em. This is basically the closest game of the tournament here between any of the teams. Maybe there was one other one where there was $1.15 or so. And I don't know. I think Cape Verde is right now the better team out of these. You got a team here representing a population of about 550,000 people, and they got some pretty good soccer there with Cape Verde. See what you guys think in this one with Saudi Arabia coming in. Cape Verde is pretty much a surprise of the tournament here with those 2 draws. They frustrated both those teams, Spain and Uruguay. They looked efficient. They were disciplined defensively for sure. Now, Saudi Arabia can only look one way here. They need points. They need 3 points, and they've only had 10 shots. The whole time, 10 shots in 2 matches, and they've allowed 49. Now, they were playing Spain, they were playing Uruguay, so maybe that was part of it too, but Cape Verde is pretty good. In fact, Cape Verde, even though they, kind of trail Uruguay here, they're not trailing them by too much, just 1 goal basically, so I'd worry for Saudi Arabia's chances here. I don't know if they can get much going, quite frankly, here. Let's see what you guys think. Maybe they'll get a goal. The goal total's 2.5. I think Cape Verde's going to score here for sure, 1 or 2. And I don't know if they're good enough to shut out Saudi Arabia. Let's see here what you guys think. Now, Cape Verde, you got to remember they came from AFCON. So, yes, maybe the schedule was part of it, but they have just lost 1 out of their last 17 games. And that shows that they have great defense for sure. I think this one, to me, I know, and I got burned yesterday in one of these games, but I think it goes over. And, I'm calling for goals today. I'm going over 2.5 here. And, I missed on one yesterday just like that. But what was it? Oh, the Australia-Paraguay game. No, I don't know if that was quite like this one. I'm going to go over again here. Here we go. Let's see. Fernando says Uruguay goalie saves at 5+. Var says BTTS and over 2.5. And Jim likes Cape Verde here on the 3-way. And Robert likes Cape Verde here. Is that at a pick? Cape Verde at a pick, DNB. Okay. All right, and that's the action there. In Group H, we're going to move on to Group G. Iran is going to take on Egypt here in Kansas City. They avoided the rainstorm there yesterday with the flash flood watch, but got the game off there with the Netherlands. Here, Iran is going to take on Oh, that site is wrong. That's what the problem is here. Yeah, that's not in Kansas City, is it? No. We know Iran is playing in Seattle. Well, sorry about that, fam, but I think the AI has whiffed here a little bit in this one. I don't know if the other ones were wrong either, but I know that this game is in Seattle for sure, because that's part of the story, in my opinion, is the fact that you have Iran here. They had to go up to Seattle before they were playing their first two games in Tehran. So a little bit further. I don't think they're going to make it back to Tijuana, though, by the end of this game, because this game starts at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. You got a 2-hour and 10-minute soccer game, and then you got an hour and 50 minutes to fly home from Seattle. What are they going to do? Force them to land, make them get off the plane, and put them in a detention camp? Anyway, I'm sure they'll be able to leave here at their fastest convenience anyway after they play Egypt here. And this one, Iran's got a great tournament, man. Whether they advance or not, congratulations to Iran. They've definitely won some fans over. I know there's going to be people that don't, that aren't going to support them. And, there's a big tug of war. We've talked about it plenty here with Iran. Which flag they should be representing, which flag are they representing, and do they really represent the people, or do they represent? That's not to be discussed. These guys have done a great job here. They're earning 2 draws so far, and a draw here against Egypt maybe isn't out of the question. Now, Egypt should win. I'm not going to take Iran here, I don't think, but they tied New Zealand 2-2, and they tied Belgium 0-0, although Belgium has been a pretty big flop here. For Egypt, they tied Belgium 1-1 and beat New Zealand 3-1. So you can see just right there in that game, that might be the difference between the two, the result against New Zealand in that game. So Egypt here is $1.70, I think, to win the game, but minus a half, they are plus $1.40 or so. I do think Egypt will win. I'm really proud of the Iranian team. I think they've done a really nice job, but and look, they're defensive here for sure. I mean, this looks like the game with Australia and Paraguay, doesn't it? I mean, this looks like the game where it should be 0-0 or 1-0 here. Iran only had 50 first half passes against Belgium, and they've also been held scoreless, Iran has, in 9 World Cup games historically. They haven't even scored a goal. So I think Egypt will be happy just to get one here. I think that's what it's going to be. In fact, if I would pick an exact score line, that's what it would have to be. I think 1-0 here. I don't know if either side can open up easily. Egypt would be happy here to take a controlled match, knowing that they're going to be advancing here. And I think they could probably win, probably 1-0 range. But I got to go under in this one. Even at 2 goals here at minus $1.25. Maybe Iran team total under a half a goal. Maybe that's the answer here. I think exact scoreline could be 1-0. And I'm going to have to take Egypt here. Great job by Iran. I wish they could continue on, actually. It would be a way more interesting story if Iran could progress and advance here in the World Cup, but as it stands right now, they're probably not gonna. Despite the 2 ties, obviously a win, and you're in situation here for Iran, and something tells me you want to pull for them here a little bit to do that. But with Belgium, we'll talk about here in just a moment. Belgium's going to be a 2-goal favorite over New Zealand, so that's probably going to eventually spell the doom here for a team like Iran. They won't be able to sneak in there as a 3rd place team. So let's see what the chat has to say here in this one. Okay, Bar says that was a tough loss. It felt like a tough loss. I mean, they were the U.S. national team posed it. When you heard Pochettino, he was saying, hey, don't you reporters realize we are advancing? Why are you questioning us losing the game? I mean, we're still proud. We're advancing here right now. I think it was just the way they lost it, right? And bringing in your star at the end of the game as if that was going to make a difference when you could have just played him in the beginning of the game and maybe got the scoring that you needed a little bit. I always say that's the way to do it. You don't want to stress out your star. here, what's the point? You know you're going to pull them anyways. So here's Robert on a BTTS, though, and here's Cash Game liking that Iran money line. I'm pulling for him, man. I know everybody can see that. Jim says a draw here. Maybe it could be a draw. Bars says take a draw here. Could this be a draw? 0-0. Could it be 1-0? Could it be 1-1? Big O's got the under here. And Cash Game says maybe some volatility here today. It's been too easy. You know, if it's been too easy at the World Cup, stick with the easy, I think, Kane. I know you're picking a few upsets there, and maybe it will. Maybe today is the day. But, you know, in the way of the World Cup, like I said, everyone kind of says, even on these channels, right? You know, I don't really handicap the World Cup. You probably do handicap the World Cup. It only comes around every 4 years, and the same shit happens almost every time in a way. And that's why you use more historical data, I think, in the World Cup than worrying about. Well, now, granted, if you got one of these star players out, you got to be, you know, take that seriously. But when it comes to the World Cup, man, the history of the world, it doesn't repeat itself, but just the increases and decreases of the team's power rating is so deliberate through the years. It seems like it almost seems extremely predictable, kind of like NFL in a way, but yet, you know, it's always going to fall one way or the other, right on the edge of, even in soccer, even, you know, there's only like 4 goals in a game, yet it feels like this exact score. I know there's been some upsets. Let me stop talking here. Let's get to the last one. I have a great conversation with the chat here. Belgium and New Zealand. Now, Belgium to have 2 draws here, that's probably a big bad so far. A draw with Iran, a draw with Egypt. 2 teams you're probably supposed to beat in there. Belgium has been one of the biggest disappointments of this tournament. Supposed to be better than this, especially with that talent. New Zealand here drew Iran 2-2, lost to Egypt 3-1. So big favorite here by Belgium, but what's wrong with Belgium? Are they all of a sudden going to get it together and figure things out and crush this New Zealand team? New Zealand seemed to play okay. Yeah, they did end up giving the 2 up to Egypt, so maybe as the tournament's gone along. But Belgium isn't impressing anybody here, so maybe even will be 1-0 here in this game. Maybe Belgium gets a second goal here, so maybe you can take an extra half a goal there and juice it up maybe here, but it seems like Belgium's having some problems getting the biscuit in the basket here with just 1 goal so far. Granted, they've only allowed 1, but New Zealand games, on the other hand, were a little bit higher scoring for sure. So will that be the case again here when these 2 teams meet here tonight? And this one, the graphic there is wrong on the screen because the AI does not know where these games are. Maybe it was me. Maybe I told them wrong because this one's in BC Place. All right, let's see what you guys think here in this one. Last World Cup game, then we'll do the baseball. Seems like a bounce-back spot for Belgium, but, man, if you can't score, New Zealand's, they conceded 3 to Egypt after blowing the lead against Iran. Belgium needs a win. They likely need goals. Doku returns for Belgium, so that should help them offensively. They should break through, but can they really blow a team out here like this? All right, I'm taking New Zealand here, +2. Hopefully it'll be 2-1 here. 2-1. I think 2-1 is the way I'm going here in this one. 2-1. All right, here we go to the chat. I'm going contrarian a little bit too. Robert says if England faces Germany in the elimination rounds, they'll lose in penalty, right? The penalties. And there it is. Bar said it right there. Thank you, Bar, for that. No doubt. We're waiting for it Wednesday. It's going to be on the edge of our seats. Big O laying 2.5 here with Belgium. Bar's going to go under. And Adabong Mungo in the chat. Well, we're not going to stream the actual game tonight. Adabong Mungo, and I'm not sure we may have. I mean, I would not think there will be a stream for tonight's soccer, but there might be for that Wednesday game. I'm thinking. Also, we have live companion coverage tomorrow, the UFC, very early. So we want to get the team rested here. Okay, Robert on a BTTS. That's it for the soccer. Let's go now to the baseball card. And I don't know if Sharpie's hanging around still. I think of Sharpie's, the odds bunch. I think of the baseball bunch. We have a hunch you'll love the baseball bunch. Okay, let's go to major leagues here. Oh, there we go. We're already up there. So Reds and Pirates here to start us off, and the story here has to be Skeens in this game. Obviously here with the Pirates right now, Skeens and the Pirates have lost 7 in a row with Paul Skeens pitching. But this has to be the day, doesn't it? Now the Reds come in having lost 3 in a row here in this one, and Pirates have dominated the series against them. So I guess you could look at it that way. Pirates have won 5 in a row here against the Reds overall, and they certainly are hitting much, much better than the Reds, but for some reason, Paul Skeens can't even seem to get a win against these guys. This is probably the day he'll do it. It's going to be 7 in a row, and you're going up against this Reds team right now that's basically next to last in batting average, bottom 5 in RBI, next to last in hits, and you got this Pirates offense top 5 in many of the key categories here, first in hits, third in batting average, third in RBIs. And you got Skeens on the mound. Now, there's been some rough sledding here, but Pittsburgh all of a sudden now will have won 2 in a row once again with wins over Seattle there, 11-1 and 5-1 to take that series from the Mariners. So maybe the Pirates get back to winning ways when they face a team that they know that they handle every time, and that would be the Cincinnati Reds. Let's see what you think here in the chat. I mean, can you just take Skeens not blindly here? You know what's exactly going on. Sharpie did say, though, that Abbott was a strikeout target guy here against this Pittsburgh lineup today. Skeens, 2.86 ERA, 6-7 record for Abbott here. 3.8 ERA, 1.42 whip, 5-4 record in this one. So see if these guys are mowing here today. That's the way Sharpie portrayed it. Let's see what we got here. Cash Kane is on the Pirates. Barr likes the under here. All right, that might be it from the crew right now as far as their comments are concerned. So I'll make my pick here in this one with the Bucks here. Oops. Now, Reds are over in 22-15 to the over on the road. Pittsburgh 27-15 to the over at home. You got 2 big-time over teams here, but you have 2 guys who've definitely been, 2 of the top strikeout guys here, and that's what Sharpie's calling for. But man, these teams are over teams for sure in this setting here. Now, the teams have been going under a little bit more here of late. Reds have gone under in 8 of their last 12. Pittsburgh's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home. Pittsburgh's also defeated 7 of the last 9 here at home against the Reds. So also 14 of the last 20 between the 2 teams have gone over. So a little tricky here with the Reds and the Pirates, even with Skeens going. Let me see. Anything else in the chat? Robert here. He's on the under. Pirates bats hot. Abbott going to get lit up today. Uh-oh. And Barr under first 5 with these 2. Okay. I'm going to go over in this one with the Reds and the Pirates. Give me the over today here with Abbott and Skeens. Look at me. I'm taking the over with Abbott and Skeens. All right, next up, here's the Astros taking on the Tigers here with Spencer Arrighetti going for Houston, 3.13 ERA, 7-3 record. Keeter Montero, 3.68 ERA, 3.3-5 record, 1.0 WHIP. Montero, pretty good numbers here. Of course, Arrighetti also has some pretty good numbers here against the Tigers as well. Got kind of a underrated pitching matchup here, I'd say, with these two right now. I think the Astros, their bullpen has been improving here. Astros have won 3 in a row. Detroit's lost 3 in a row again all of a sudden. These two did play a series already. Played a couple of games back in June, and Houston won 2 of 3, and then they won yesterday's game here 2-1 in another low score. So you have 3 straight low-scoring Houston wins when these two teams have played, and I kind of thought it would probably be an under, but you look at the total here, and the total's actually gone up.
Critical notice.
Hey, we do have a little bit of breaking news here right now from the WNBA. Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark. She's going to be out in the next game on Saturday. She's going to miss the game against the Sparks with a back injury. We've seen her really get beat up lately, making everybody blow up on social media, saying everybody wants her to quit the league. Well, she's going to be missing Saturday's game anyway, but with that back injury. All right, let's see what you have here in this one between Houston and Detroit. Like I said, this total opened for clearly 8 over, maybe. It is 9, and now it is juiced to the under, but this total has gone up dramatically here. Is that really what's going to happen today between these two? Are we going to see offense with Arrighetti and Montero out there? I mean, Detroit's gone under in 8 of their last 10 games right now coming into this one, and meanwhile, Houston's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Now, when these two teams have met in Detroit, it has been going over, but just 6 of the last 9. Detroit's gone under in 8 of their last 9. So, kind of certainly an interesting move here. And whatever's wrong with Detroit, I mean, they cannot get it going here right now. They are losing again. Here right now with those 3 straight losses, right when they needed to turn it around, they haven't been able to do so. I'm going to take the Houston Astros here in this one. Okay, let's move on here now. Next, we've got some comments on that one. Hold on. Astros here for Robert. We got Barr with the Astros team total over, and we have Big O. He's on the under. Next up, we have the Washington Nationals here with Alvarez going here in this one. 3.34 ERA, 1.39 the WHIP. Rogers for the Orioles. 5.3 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. Rogers just 4-7 here right now. Alvarez has looked pretty good here for Washington, but Washington has lost 3 straight coming in as we have a DMV weekend series here between these two. Washington's definitely been better against left-handed pitching win-loss wise, better than the Baltimore Orioles here. And, well, maybe Alvarez is quite better than Rogers right now. Rogers' numbers are pretty weak. Washington coming in here right now with a 500 record. Baltimore is still 6 games under 500 right now. And Washington, remember, they've been terrific on the road, 24-16 overall, and they were kind of dominating the Orioles before the Orioles won the last game of their set back last month when the Washington won 2 of 3 against Baltimore in Washington. So see what you have today, though, in this one. Washington has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. And also Washington's won 4 of the last 5 here in Baltimore. 14 of the last 20 games between these two teams have gone under, although Baltimore's gone over in 7 of their last 10 overall, and Washington, of course, is a massive 40-28 to the over as an underdog. And, well, they are an underdog here against Rodgers for some reason. Not quite sure why. Doesn't seem like the Orioles are a deserving favorite here at all in this game. But maybe I'm missing something here. I mean, the Nationals and this play, they've kind of been better in this rivalry a little bit. I think I got to just take Washington, but let's see what you got here in this one. All right, Nine Legacy took the Pirates run line and the Astros on the money line. VAR said Nats on the money line. Cash Kane says Nats money line. Wood hit a home run, and C.J. Abrams hit a home run. That's some home runs going out. I think Cash Kane likes the Nationals there. And Big O says, don't forget, it's going to be great at Wimbledon when Serena takes on 20-year-old Maya Joint. That's a great matchup. And Robert says Nats first 5 money line. I like that. I'm just going to take the Nats. Give me the Nationals today to win this one on the road against the Orioles in the rivalry game there. Big O is going to go first 5 over. Next up, the Rangers are on the road taking on Toronto. For Texas here, Nady Eovaldi, slight favorite, $1.15 total, 8.5 over 15. Eovaldi, 4.24 ERA, a 7-7 record for Eovaldi. Gets a lot of decisions, that's for sure. Patrick Corbin Day here in Toronto, 4.73 ERA, 2-3 record. The Jays have lost 3 in a row, including yesterday's first game of the series, 6-5. As the Rangers were able to get it done, we had the Rangers here yesterday. So see what you got here in this one. Corbin, say what you want. These numbers are maybe a little bit better than what we've seen from Corbin. Maybe just a half a run, maybe quarter of a run better. I don't know. But Eovaldi certainly is still supposed to have his stuff, but he hasn't been too dominating. Still 1.18 whip for Eovaldi. Corbin's got a 1.53 whip, so it would be a little bit tough to consider maybe Toronto here, but not out of the question. I mean, after all, you got a Rangers team coming in here that, they're, not exactly profitable this season, but they're still 3 games under 500. In fact, both these teams have the same record here coming into this game. Texas is 9-8 against left-handed starters, so right there, it feels like about as close as it gets here. Let me go to the chat first in this one. With Texas and Toronto. Texas got the win yesterday. It feels like Toronto, her 3-game losing streak all of a sudden, and the attitude wasn't too great yesterday for the Jays there at the end of the game, that's for sure. I know the Sharps are going to be on Toronto today, but is that the right move? Toronto's had some struggles at home here of late. I don't know what's going on with them. Toronto's lost 5 of their last 6 at home, and Texas comes in here. Let's see. Don't forget this one, gang. Toronto and Texas have gone over in 12 straight meetings here in Toronto. Is that good enough? Do we just go with the over on that? That might be the way to go. 12 straight overs. It went over yesterday again. And you have Corbin in here? Wait a minute. I think we should be going over. Maybe there is no question what we should be doing in this game. Let's see what the chat says. We just go over here, right? I mean, both starters with mid-4 ERAs. Here we go. VAR going with that under, though. Someone's got to be contrarian about it. Big O says Jays money line. And maybe Kane says maybe these Blue Jays righties can hit Eovaldi today. Bobby Mack says go over, and Cash Kane is going over here as well. And Cash Kane is liking the over here. That's a lot of overs. So maybe I talked everybody into. I'll go over first 5. That's what I'll do. I'll go a little off the board here. Not off the board, but hey, I'll go first 5. Everybody's going over in the game. I'll try the first 5 over here in this one. Okay, and that is at 4.5 runs, minus $1.25. Next up, here come those Phillies, and they're taking on here the Mets. Man, the Phillies have scored 15 runs in the ninth. They won't need the ninth inning today, will they? Will they wait until the ninth inning? They've scored 15 runs in the last 3 games in the ninth inning. Is that right? Wow. And now you're playing the Mets, and the Mets have a new manager here. Watch out for Andy Green, by the way. I predict that I am going to predict here right now that Andy Green is going to change this Mets culture right away. He was already with the Mets, so I don't know, but watch out. Andy Green's going to do it. Pulling from my man Andy Green in here. Mets to finish over 500. What's that odds? Come on, Mets. Today's the day. I don't know if it is the day, though, going here against Zach Wheeler here. You remember Ryan Wheeler, don't you? Zach Wheeler here, 2.11 ERA, 0.88 whip, one of the hottest pitchers in the major leagues right now. He's 7-1 coming in for the Mets. I think it's going to be Zach Thornton. Who knows? They might, maybe got somebody in mind here. Some of the books have not listed Thornton in here, but I do believe it will be Thornton here in this one today. The Phillies have been so impressive in this series, man. They battled back from all 3 games and managed to still sweep the Nats. I think they trailed in every game, but you think the Cubs were hot. The Phillies are even hotter here right now. Now, Thornton's been recalled. This is already, I think, official to make his second start of the season. He had a 4.25 ERA in the minors with a 1.42 whip. Did pitch against the Nationals last month, 4 earned runs on 4 hits in his first start. Phillies, though, mostly beat up on right-handed pitching. Thornton here, a left-hander, but still the inexperience factor maybe. The Phillies have looked pretty good here against left-handed starting pitching in their last 5 games, usually putting up at least 3 or more runs in those games. Wheeler has even been better of late right now than even these numbers would indicate. He really has been off the charts right now. So we'll see here. Mets offense has been producing a little bit more here, at least right now. But again, and look, maybe there's good news on Soto. Maybe he's going to avoid the injury report here right now. The news seems more positive here all of a sudden for Soto here right now. So let's see what you got. The Mets did use their bullpen quite a bit here. And the Mets have had some timely home runs here of late for sure. They did have 4 hits and 3 walks and 2 earned runs against Wheeler in the last game. Not great, but they did get a little bit off of him. And that was just the other day, right? That they're actually facing him in back-to-back starts. So if you want to consider that, they're seeing him. The Mets are at least seeing Wheeler here right back. Okay, here we go with Phillies team total over for VAR. Everyone's on Philly. Take the Mets, says Cash Kane. Robert is going under here in this one. And Big O's got the Mets here as well. Guys liking the Mets here. I'm going under in the first 5 today with the Phillies and the Mets. Give me the under here, first 5, Phillies and Mets. Wheeler's been definitely dealing here right now. And the Phillies, they've been saving the best for last, so to speak. So I'll try the under here in the first 5 at 4.5 runs. Next up, Yankees and Red Sox here, second game of the series. They just played the first one here this weekend. So you got a 4-game set. Boston was able to get that win last night. 6-3, did a nice job there to get that win over the Yankees yesterday. It was 2-0 through 4, but the Sox scored 4 runs in the 4th inning there. Chad Dermott had that 2-run home run that broke open a 2-2 tie, and they went on for the victory there. Red Sox getting a nice win, a home win over the Yankees, which was big because we know the Red Sox so far, pretty much under 65% at home. Or I'm sorry, 35% at home this season. Yankees here 26-17 on the road. They got Will Warren going here, 1.15. Will Warren here, 3.44 ERA, 7-2 record for Warren. They're $1.15 is what I meant to say. Total here 8.5. Peyton Toll, 3.07 ERA, 3-5 record coming in, 109 WHIP. He's definitely looked the part. Looks like the Red Sox got themselves a good one here, too. The Yankees are pretty good against left-handed pitching. Pretty good record for the Yankees so far this season against left-handers. They're 19-10 overall. And we know the Red Sox have been losing a big majority of their home games this season for whatever reason. They are much worse at home. They've actually fared pretty well, 20-21. I mean, that's not great on the road, but it's almost 500 anyway. So let's see what you think here in this one with the Yankees and the Bo Sox here today. Both these pitchers, I think, are pretty solid. I think we might be able to look to have a low-scoring game here. Maybe early is the key. Maybe that will be an under first 5 for me. With Warren and Toll going, I blew it yesterday on the first 5 under because of those 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, but kind of want to do it again today, especially here where it's 5 runs. It is juiced to -130, but I'm going to take the under in the first 5 again here with the Yankees and the Red Sox today. I'm going to try it one more time. Let's see what the chat thinks here. Yankees on the run line for Barr. Cash gains going over. Bobby Mack says Red Sox for first 5 on the money line. Johnny Walker said his Nerfies were not good. He could get in trouble. If I sat here and said my Nerfies sucked yesterday, I might get charged $3.99 a minute. But here we go with New York and Boston Nerfie for Johnny here. Oh, I live a very active social life on the internet. All right, I'm gonna go here with first 5 under before I get in trouble. And let's take a look at the next one here. Well, thank goodness. I was worried that this season we would not get the Cantillo-Castillo matchup we were looking for, but by golly, here it is. Mariners and Jose Castillo. Got to get it right. Luis Castillo and the Guardians here with Joey Cantillo. Do you prefer your Castillo or your Cantillo? For Luis Castillo, he's been pitching more like Joey Cantillo. He's got a 5.22 ERA and a 2-6 record coming in for Cantillo. He is 6-3 with a 4.05 ERA, 1.4 WHIP. Good run support for Cantillo. Not only do these guys have similar names, but these two teams have similar records. Seattle at 500 coming in. Cleveland comes in 3 games over 500 right now. And, maybe Seattle is playing just slightly better here, but they're not in a very good role. This is a bad role mostly for Seattle. They're underdogs for just the 8th time this season only. They're 2-5 as an underdog, actually, although it is very close. Actually, I should bite my tongue here. Seattle actually has moved to a favorite at some books, so we'll just ignore that trend. There's no doubt. It's either Seattle, the slightest of favorites, or a pick'em, and there's just a book or two out there that is maybe as Cleveland if they're a nickel line showing Cleveland a slight favorite, but it has definitely shifted here a little bit to Castillo and not Cantillo. But look, Cleveland did win yesterday in that game against the White Sox to salvage one. Seattle did lose their series at Pittsburgh, so they are traveling here on the road, staying on the road here in this one. And important game, no doubt, for both these teams here, trying just to keep moving forward. They just can't seem to get over the hump here. Cleveland, remember, had a much better record than this, and they've given quite a few games back here of late. So let's see what the chat wants to do here in this one with Cantillo and Castillo. Seattle's lost 4 of their last 5 at Cleveland. 13 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Cleveland's dropped 12 of their last 18. That's what I'm talking about. And also, Cleveland's lost 5 of their last 7 at home, but Seattle's lost 4 of their last 5 on the road. So not a lot of confidence getting instilled with these two teams, it seems like right now anyway. But someone's going to have to win. And Castillo has been struggling this season, but still has that good K rate, 22%, 8% walk rate. He has looked better over his last few starts, except for the last game. He did suck pretty much. But Guardians have, like I said, been struggling. They're striking out an enormous 30% over the last 7 games, but they've been getting better, at least at home, getting on base, because their on-base percentage really has been, for Cleveland, something that's kind of been a bugaboo. They're in the bottom, of a lot of categories here. Both these teams are in the bottom of a lot of the hitting categories. If you look overall, and if you like this pitching matchup, I mean, you have 2 teams that are in the bottom 5 in batting average, bottom 10 in RBI. Cleveland bottom 3 in RBI. Both teams bottom 10 in runs scored. Cleveland bottom 3 in runs scored, and both teams are bottom 5 in hits. So there's not a lot of offense going on with these two teams. And the Mariners' lineup has not been good and has struggled against left-handed pitching really all season. Sure, Cantillo is far from elite, but he can find his flow against a poor strikeout team like Seattle that's in the bottom 10 strikeouts, I think. So give me the under here in this one with Seattle and Cleveland. I got to go under with Cantillo and Castillo. Kind of reminds me of when you're driving the late night at San Diego and looking for Mexican food. And you've got Adalberto's over here, you've got Roberto's over here, and you've got Don Berto's over here, and you've got just so many. All right, here we go. I'm going to get in trouble. Mariners run line for Barr, and Robert likes the Guardians first 5 here. I promise you, they're all named that, right? You can go in a block and see like 5 different places. You go to PB at night. Okay, let's do this one here with the Diamondbacks and Zach Gallen going up against the Rays here. And, Martinez is going here today. All right. I don't know why everyone, makes fun of old Nick Martinez. I mean, 2.73 ERA and a 6-2 record. Zach Gallen here is a 6 ERA and a 3-6 record, a 1.63 WHIP. It's been rough for old Zach Gallen. It seems like the Rays, I mean, they're getting them on the cheap here at $1.35. I know a lot of people don't like to lay in much more than that, but this seems like a pitching mismatch right here. But Arizona does come in having won their last couple of games here, beat St. Louis, won that series. Tampa Bay, meanwhile, finished 2-2 in that series with Kansas City. Still Arizona 17-22 on the road, and Tampa Bay, no matter how you look at it, over 70% wins at home, and they're 30-20 as a favorite. So seems like a pretty decent price here on the old Rays in this one. But let's see what you got. Arizona's definitely been going under here of late. They've gone under right now in 7 of their last 10 games coming in, 10 of their last 14 overall, and under in 7 of their last 8 on the road. Tampa Bay, meanwhile, has gone under in 13 of their last 19 games. Now, yes, Zach Gallen is pitching, and the Rays definitely can, they're great at getting on base. They don't hit a lot of long ball, but they can get a lot of base hits here. But neither of these teams have much power, really. So let's see what you have here in this one with Arizona and Tampa Bay going here on Friday night. Don't forget that Thursday's game there with Arizona and St. Louis was postponed. So Gallen is pitching here, and I know he's been kind of giving it up all season long, but the Rays feel like they're back to their season form here. Over the last 7 games, they've really been pretty hot offensively, and this is a pretty good matchup for Tampa Bay because the splits are bad for sure for some of these guys. Martinez has been regressing a little bit for sure. I mean, you weren't going to think he can, finish with those numbers, but I mean, they're still some of the best around. He's hittable, but he has such good control, and he doesn't put guys on base, and I think that's the key right there. It also does struggle to keep the ball on the ground, though. It definitely gives up some fly balls here. Let's see what we have in the chat. Arizona having that rest, though. That does help their pen. Here is Kane on the Rays on the money line. Cash Kane on the over here. Robert also Rays first 5. And here's Barr. He's going under and leans to the Diamondbacks. So it just feels like Rays. I think we're kind of torn here on the total, but I got to go under in this one. Give me the under with the Diamondbacks and the Rays. I'm going under City tonight on Friday, huh? Did anybody see the video the bad earthquake? But did you see the video of the game and then they were playing in Venezuela when the earthquake struck? It was kind of like reminiscent of the Giants and A's back in the day, but it doesn't feel like it was worse. Okay, the Royals and the White Sox here with this was going to be Stephen Kolek for the Royals, but guess he had confidence here coming into the season. He was going to have a job because he was going on the paternity list here. So Spence gets the start, and Spence doesn't have a lot of experience here. There's no doubt this was a rush job here. There's no doubt Kansas City very, very vulnerable in this game, it feels like, against a good White Sox team, even though Sandlin has poor numbers too, 8.1 ERA. At least he knew his start was coming, I think. 1.43 whip. Maybe there will be some runs. Both these pitchers are pretty susceptible. I mean, you got Spence with a 13 ERA, Sandlin with an 8 ERA, although, pretty small sample size, probably not that bad anyway, but still. Let's see how you guys want to kind of play it here with this one. And like I said, a little bit sketchy here with Kansas City right now. They definitely had to adjust to get into this situation here. So White Sox have definitely struggled against right-handers, but again, you might be dealing with someone kind of inexperienced here. Let's see what you have here. Sandlin had a pretty good numbers in AAA, but the numbers in the big leagues here obviously aren't that great. The Royals have looked good lately here against right-handed starting pitching. Let's see here. I imagine we might get some overlooks in this one. Let's see. Barr here is on the White Sox, okay? And Kane says he thought Kolek was starting. Yeah, but his wife's having a baby boy, so he's out. And Spence is in. I'll go over in the first 5 with this one. Let's try that. Let's see if these guys are a little shaky. The numbers are bad, so let's go ahead and take the over here with these starters. They may be forced to go through another, a couple of innings here, and even if they give up a couple runs, I think they might be forced to kind of do that here. And total here in the first 5 is 4.5 over at -125. I'll go over first half in this one. All right, they're in a tie break here with Bergs and Samuel. Samuel won the first set. All right, well, Cubs and Brewers here. You got Colin Ray going for the Cubs. Now it's Miz today. And both teams, not only is it a huge series here, but both teams come in riding 4-game winning streaks. Now, granted, you got the Miz here, and hope he just stays healthy, man. I mean, I don't know how many fastballs you can throw. Guess it's better than a curveball or something, and he just continues to be dynamite here right now. Incredible numbers, 0.75 whip here. And Cubs, though, right now one of the top 2 or 3 hitting teams in the league. So yeah, the Miz might calm them down here a little bit, but they might be able to get a little something on them. Now, Colin Ray here, pretty susceptible. I mean, look at this thing, 260. It doesn't feel. The Cubs are 7 games over 500. They're hot again all of a sudden. We think of the 10-game losing streak, but this is also a team that had 2 10-game winning streaks. Don't forget. I think they're still pretty good here, man. Mizorowski, great. Yes, Colin Ray, pretty susceptible here. 5 ERA coming in, 1.4 whip here. But, Colin Ray is just a couple of pitches away from having a good outing sometimes here. The Brewers, yes, the offense can be pretty good. It can also be a little bit of a weak spot sometimes, that's for sure. But, there's still probably a top 10 offense for sure, maybe even a little higher than that. But you know what? Mizorowski could bring out something good here in Colin Ray, maybe. Milwaukee is under in 6 of their last 9 games overall coming into this one. The Cubs, meanwhile, have won 6 of their last 7 coming in to this one. Looking good on the road, obviously, after sweeping the Mets. But, hey, Milwaukee's actually won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the 2 teams here in Milwaukee. So I don't know. I kind of want to still try the Cubs here on the run line. I think it could still be a good game. Cubs are hot. They've won 4 in a row. Yes, they're definitely overmatched here in the starting pitching department this one. But Colin Ray, if he can deal here a little bit and match in this one, you're getting the Cubs here at plus a run and a half at minus 105. I'm going to take the Cubs here on the run line against Mizorowski here. He, a lot of his games here have been, 1-run games, or they've blown leads for him a little bit. Not like he's Paul Skeens blown leads, but all right, Robert's doing it. He's on the Cubs. Didn't take much to convince him, and Barr is on the over here. Hey, we got a great crowd. I'm really happy to have over 3 dozen of you right now watching the morning steam here on the new Sports Money Network, and I invite you to stay tuned here at the top of the hour for Bases Loaded. It's our baseball-centric show with Mikey Money. Sharky Waters are going to preview this Major League Baseball card for today, but I'm going to continue on right now talking Rockies and Tomo Sugano against Taj Bradley. Hey, Sharpie was in here. He's focused on Bradley today, I think, to have a big K day. Minnesota's lost 3 in a row here right now. Colorado, they've had a few wins here. Watch out in this one for the Rockies here. Not that I'm not saying Sharpie's not right with I'm sure that Bradley will deal here, but Sugano, you look at the numbers here, a Colorado pitcher with a 4.31 ERA and an 8-4 record and a 1.29 whip. Those are pretty decent. Those are okay. Those are okay numbers. I'm not saying they're great, but they're not bad for a Colorado pitcher, especially when you're 8-4 and you've only won 32 games, and the team's won 10 games with you on the mound. Almost a third of the games with Sugano, a third of the wins with Sugano on the mound. So the Twins have lost 3 in a row coming in. We know they were having a pretty good streak there for a while, but you had to wonder if it wasn't a little bit of a, I don't want to say a fluke. They're still 6 games under 500. Yes, the Rockies are 17 games under 500 here right now. So it's going to be hard to convince anybody to try to take the Rockies here today, but I don't know. I might be doing it in this one. I may not mind taking a little action here with Sugano in this one. It's just that the run line was minus $1.50 or so. So I thought maybe I could just take the under. And hey, if Sharpie's got this one going under, if he's got maybe tracking Bradley here to have some big strikeouts here in this one, and it's not in Colorado, maybe I'll just go under 5 runs in the first 5. It is under 5 after all. What are the Rockies going to come out here and all of a sudden be a juggernaut hitting team on the road? Here, I'm going to go under in the first 5, under 5 runs at minus 110, please. Bradley, certainly 1.32 whip, 4.11 ERA, probably hasn't been as good as they needed him to be here, but give me the under here in this one, okay? Let's see, under first 5. Here's Cash Kane. He likes Buxton to hit a home run, and he likes Moniak to hit a home run. My man Moniak from La Costa Canyon High. I think if you go back onto my X feed, somewhere in there, I was reporting on Moniak when he was the first-round draft pick several years ago now, but Robert here, Twins, first 5. Talking about my X timeline. Robert here, Twins, first 5. All right. We move on. Marlins and Cardinals here. So McGreevy goes for the Cardinals after yesterday. The game was postponed there. Max Meyer for Miami. Meyer comes in here with a record of 8-0 for Max Meyer. How about that? Although I think 12-4 with Meyer on the mound, still pretty good. 2.8 ERA, 1.16 whip. Max Meyer having an outstanding year. The Miami Marlins got a good one. But Mike McGreevy, 3.48 ERA, 3-6 record, but a 1.15 whip. Doesn't get a lot of run support, if you know what I mean. And we might get a little bit of a pitcher's duel, it feels like, here with these two. Marlins on the road, taking on McGreevy here. They're 14-22 to the under on the road. Now, Cardinals here, 18-21 on the to the under on the road. Miami, of course, is an over team on the road, but I'm not too concerned with that here. I know it is a lot of runs here, over a lot of overs for Miami on the road so far. In fact, they're also 26-12 to the over as a dog here. But I think with these two pitchers right now, this feels much, much more like a potential under in this one with Meyer and McGreevy here. Barr likes the Rockies on the run line in that other game. Robert on the Marlins here, and Barr says under 8 runs. Yeah, I got to think under with these guys right now. Let me go under with the Marlins and the Cardinals tonight in this one.
Steam play.
All right, you heard some steam coming in the background, and you'll see it right now. I'm going to point you to it. The Yankees and the Red Sox over are getting steamed right now. I know I just said I was going under in the first 5 here, and maybe I like the under in the game, but I can't always be on the same side of the sharps, and this one is clearly moving to 9 over, right? 9 flat right now. It looks like 9 under 15, but there's no doubt there is a move to the under, to the over right now in the Yankees and the Red Sox. Steam right now coming in on the over in this one, clearly here right now. And hello to Sniz in the chat. I don't know if Sniz was here yesterday, but and I'm sure he's seen it, but I just want to let him know in case he did miss it yesterday that I know, Sniz, we all get jealous of, Razor. He owns the Packers, of course. And so you'd think that Razor would get us, box seats to the games and fly us. But nonetheless, it was said that the Guardians here look like they could be bought by Blue Owl Capital. And I think that's a publicly traded company. Could Sniz be an owner of the Guardians here. He could just load up his Robin Hood hat and put his whole life savings into Blue Owl Capital and say, I own the Guardians. How about that? And they're doing a great job, the guys on the shows here. It's Friday, we got a great card of racing today here for sure. Great racing card here today with the guys today on Friday. I mean, we got Friday racing. We got a nice weekend of races here, but today, of course, we got Gulfstream Park in action. We've got Churchill Downs today. We've got Belmont at the Big A, of course. Out here on the West Coast, it'll be Los Al Thoroughbreds today. So stay tuned here, Sports Money Network, for our racing coverage. Somehow I'm going to incorporate more racing coverage here. I just have to find how to work it in with our program here. Okay, let's keep this moving here right now, though. And we got to go next to the Athletics taking on the Angels here. This is a sneaky good pitching matchup here, it looks like, with JT Ginn, 3.16 ERA and 5-4 record, 1.21 the whip. Meanwhile, Walbert Urania, this guy continues to get it done. 2.41 ERA, 1.31 whip. Not perfect, but 5-5 record here so far for Urania. Maybe these guys can get off to a good start. These are two sneaky good pitchers so far. They've kind of, these good numbers with two bad teams like that, you'd think this is pretty good for these two guys. Urania, with that 2.41 ERA, gives the Angels maybe the edge here with Walbert, but also the Angels have won 6 of their last 8 at home. The A's have had success here in Anaheim. They just had a series, remember, also in Oakland just last week, or in West Sacramento, just last week. The Athletics have actually won 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams, and the Angels are just 2-5 at home in their last 7 against the Athletics. Also, 13 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams have gone over. A's have dropped 4 of 5 coming in, though, and the Angels have won 4 of 5 coming in. So, man, the Angels here may be playing just a little bit better here right now than the A's all of a sudden. Now, the A's have the better record. They're 3 games under 500. The Angels are 14 games under 500, but Angels here at home, 19-21. A's 21-19. So maybe it is exactly where this line is supposed to be. Maybe you're just supposed to pick a winner here between these two, Athletics and Angels. I'm not going to pick a winner. I'm going under in the first 5. I'll go under with these two guys. I think they're pitching pretty well. Let's see what happens here. I think the number, is 4.5. Juice to the under. Let me make sure of that here right now. Or if it's 4 over, that's fine too. But here we go. I'm going to go under in the first half at 4.5 runs. Okay, let's see here. We got VAR likes the Angels team total over tonight. Next up, the Dodgers are taking on the Padres. Uh-oh. Well, I'll be sweating this one out for sure here this weekend as the Dodgers on the road here. Padres with Buehler, the former Dodger, going. You already heard Sharpie talking about Roki Sasaki, and hey, I don't doubt what Sharpie's saying. I mean, while the Padres have been hitting much better of late, their strikeout rate has not gone down any. It seems like they're still having kind of the struggles here a little bit overall, but I think Buehler against his former team is going to come to be a little crafty here tonight. I sure hope so. I might be rooting with my heart, but man, Padres are really looking forward to trying to get back in the race here this weekend, and they'd have to. You're not getting to get back in the race against the Dodgers, but I'm just talking about in the playoff chase. I mean, the Dodgers right now are 52-29, and they own the Padres too, man. The Padres here, pretty weak. I think 23 32-53 in the last 87, I think, here overall. This is in a long-term series, but I mean, this is the way it's been going here now for several years. There was a point where the Padres actually would have beaten LA when the LA was the much better team, but that was kind of a fluke in a way. So let's see what you have. But the numbers are standing out here right now. The Dodgers have won 13 of the last 18 between the two teams. I can't ignore the obvious. But Padres have won 5 of their last 6 at home, and the also 4 of their last 5 overall. They're on a 3-game winning streak. So are the Dodgers. They played Minnesota and beat them up, but the Padres swept the Braves here at home. So I kind of want to think maybe tonight, maybe they can do it. Maybe it's a dog. I kind of want to take my Padres here in this one. But let's see what the chat says first, since I don't want to go the homer route here. Gonna have to root for the team this week. Okay, Dodgers team total under here for Barr. Also Padres run line. I think he likes Buehler here to have a good performance. Robert's also going with the under here. All right. I'm going under in the first 5 in this one with Sasaki and Buehler. Give me the first 5 under tonight with the Padres and the Dodgers. We might see pitchers duels all weekend here, actually. I think, though, from my perspective here, I know what Sharpie was saying, but there's no doubt that Sasaki's had somewhat of a shaky season, has been hit hard at times. Yes, good K stuff, no doubt, 24% K rate, but hittable here with a 4.4 FIP, and the Padres, like I said, have been much better lately here. They haven't been great on the season, but the bats have really picked up here all of a sudden, and if Sasaki's got the splitter and the slider working, I mean, that is trouble for anybody, not just a team like the Padres that does have some swing and miss issues here, but they have found ways to succeed. So if Roki has any kind of control issues, I think the Padres will possibly take advantage here in this one. Buehler, I don't know what the Padres are looking for, but I don't think they could have got it any better than this, especially with the way that they're trying to get pitchers in here right now, because they've been struggling with trying to find arms here. But if you'd have told me you could take Buehler here and have a 4 ERA and a 3 FIP and a 1.32 WHIP, I'd probably take that. Other than just going and saying, give me something else. I mean, the option was what it was. So Dodgers have been great on the road all season here. No doubt. I'll take under in the first 5. Okay, what do we got here? Anything else? Hey, you want to say hello and welcome to Trent. Oh, come on, Jordan Walker's the man. I mean, wow. Hey, what can you say? Are we getting to we already did that game, but I love him. Well, you gotta love him. Gotta love what the Cardinals have done offensively, I think, especially with that trio of guys. All right, let's keep it moving here on the morning steam. We're almost out of steam, and we're gonna lead right into the show with the guys here almost. Okay, the Braves are taking on the Giants here with man, can you believe it here? Ronaldo Lopez going 3.5 ERA, 1.37 the whip here for Lopez. Good command. He's been solid all season here. 4.4 FIP, 20% K rate. The Giants have been a little bit down, and they haven't really been that great at home, we know, but they have been pretty solid against right-handed pitching with Arise and Lee and Bryce Eldridge in there. So McDonald has been inconsistent for sure. He looks like a promising guy, but 1.34 whip, 20% K rate. Now the Braves have been struggling, man. They just got swept by the Padres. They've lost 7 of 9. They're not getting any offense together without Acuna, and they're amazing what a difference one guy can make. They got to get a win here, but some of the games these Braves are supposed to win, and they don't. I don't know here right now. The Giants have been able to pull off a couple wins here of late. Did win the series there against the A's after all, so this is going to be kind of interesting here tonight. And I don't know, as an underdog here, What is the line here exactly? Because I know it was kind of late to market. Atlanta, $1.15 total, 8.5. Oh, wow. Look at that total. It's gone up here for sure. It opened 7.5 over and quickly went up here to 8.5. And darn it. All right, I'm going over because this line on the screen is stale. I'm showing at least minimum 8 under 20. It might be 8.5 under 20 here, and I'm going over in this one. Darn it! I was going to make a premium out of this, but I'm going over for sure. I was doing a show last night, and I said, well, I think the total is going to come about 8 over 15, 8 over 20, and a very sharp capper said, yeah, maybe more like 7.5, and another capper at 8.5. And I said, boy, if it comes 7.5, I'm probably going to go over. We just had some steam come in moments ago. Want to report it right now. It's on the game between the Phillies and the Mets. This game is on the move right now. It was 8 over 20 here. I'm sorry. The total is moving here on the over in this one with the Phillies and the Mets. We're seeing some steam to the over here. I'm showing circa 8.5 under 15 right now. So a little bit of steam to the over, Phillies and Mets. And hopefully that's why you're with me here on the Morning Steam Show. We'll keep you posted. VAR here is on the Giants on the run line, but Bobby Mack likes the Braves here in this one. I'm going over, I guess, here. All right, next up, one more here, and you've got, whoops. That's an old game. We've covered all the games here. All right, thanks a lot, you guys. We got 3 more here in. We're going to go to the W. Let's see here. I think we've got a graphic here for this. If not, we'll just oh boy, let's see here. All right, we got 3 games in the WNBA tonight, and started off here with the Mystics taking on the Sun. I think we got it here, gang. Yeah, we do. All right. Well, it's not the best of the lot, but I think we do have the graphic here. Let me bring that up. All right, that'll work for tonight. Not the best, but colorful anyway. Cute there, AI guy. All right, and it's not even in the right order here, I don't think, is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, kind of is. Okay, Washington, we'll start with the Mystics. We'll start with the Mystics and the Sun here. And, man, the Mystics have been looking good, haven't they? I mean, Sonia Citron is great. How can you not love her? And, yeah, the Sun, still struggling, probably the worst in the league here, 3-15. There's about 4 teams, right, that just aren't very good. Connecticut is in that group here. So Washington here favored by 4.5 in this one. And, there might be a situation where you could see Connecticut trying to get a cover here one of these years anyway, but Washington continues to play pretty well. They're a pretty good cover as well. Not a great favorite here so far. Underdog is really their role, but they're 8-8 overall here right now. As a favorite, they're just 1-3. Connecticut, meanwhile, is 8-7 as an underdog, so they're getting 4.5 points here. But man, I really like what I've seen here lately out of Washington. The Mystics here continue to look pretty good. I think they've got a great combo. Ariafen was questionable, but she's in now. There's no problem with Ariafen here. see here. Yeah, no problem here with Kiki Ariapin. Looks like her status is good to go. And, Washington's just continued to improve here a little bit after a slow start. I don't know if it's going to be enough here to have to continue to, move over 500 and everything. But they get a chance here tonight against a weak Sun team. They should be able to take care of this team, I would think. Let's see what you have in this one tonight here in the WNBA. Connecticut hosting Washington. Washington is 3-1 to the over as a favorite here. See what you guys have here in this one, though, for tonight. And I'll go to the chat. There we go. Here's Bar says, don't be buying the juice with those run lines. That minus ain't going to work for you. Robert here is going with the over in this one. So is Bar. I think, I'm going to go and take Washington here in this one in the first half at minus 2.5 here, I believe. But probably think that the guys are probably right here. So I'll probably pivot right now and go ahead and take Washington here. I'm going to take Washington in the first half in this one over Connecticut on the road. And they're laying it here at minus 2.5. Minus 2 now. It's actually gone down. The line's actually gone down to 4. Total has risen here to 165. Watch out. Like the guys said, they like the over, and you know what? Probably do too. But I'll go ahead and take the first half here. All right. Next up, and we have next the fire in the sky. Here in this one. Well, I better get a move on here. Sky have actually moved to a 5-point favorite at some books here right now. It's mostly 4.5. Totals moved up to 173.5 in this one. We've seen it kind of bounce back and forth a little bit. Whoops. We got the main graphic. We don't need this one, but here we go. The Sky here. The 4.5. It does seem like when the bad teams play, the home teams win. I don't know if Portland qualifies as a bad team. They're 8-10. Chicago just had their losing streak snapped last game. Give them credit. They clobbered Portland. 101-78 here at home. So going to be a possible revenge factor, or was Chicago that much better than Portland? They'll be able to crush them again. You'd think winning by 23 that they could still win by at least 5 here in this one, but maybe in this league, maybe it's more appropriate to kind of try the dog in situations like this. Maybe the Fire will play much better tonight. I kind of want to take them. But I know kind of the sharps, or at least the experts I've been watching, if you know what I mean. I think they like Chicago, but I kind of trust a team to come back tonight that has a little bit of fire in them, if you know what I mean. Like I said, Fire's been a decent team. It's funny that an expansion team here that has a respectable record of 8-10 is 2-5 against the spread on the road. Chicago here 2-4 against the spread as a favorite. They are 5-5 ATS in their last 10, but I'm going with Fire tonight. I know they just lost to them by 23 points, but I'm going to take 4.5 points tonight. I'm taking the Fire in this one. Okay, nothing from the chat. We'll go to one more, and then I think it's over, although we have a CFL game we'll maybe take a peek at here as well. Next up is going to be the Dream and the Valkyries, another rematch game. I don't mind these rematch games, but do we have to have them on the same night? Now, the game here is pick them at the sharp books, although I will say this, the Dream has moved to a 1-point favorite at some of the other books right now. And, maybe the Dream, look, the Valkyries just won 76-66. Now, could be the same thing here where maybe the Dream, who was on a winning streak before that loss, Golden State, meanwhile, had lost 2 in a row, came through big time, and what an under, huh? But I don't know if it's going under here today. The thing is that these two teams have been a solid under when they have played one another here for sure last year. 2 of the 3 games did go under, and the first one went under here the other night. It was 77-66 as Golden State. They really stomped them there in the second quarter, holding Atlanta to just 9 points, and that was kind of the difference maker. They led 44-27 at halftime and went on for the win. I mean, look, I like this Valkyries team, and it's tough to win back-to-back, though, for sure here. So I'm going to try Atlanta here in this one. Give me Atlanta to win this game over the Valley. I lost with them before. I might as well try them again here. I lost that play. So I'll go with Atlanta here today. All right, fire for Robert, and then Robert's going to take the Valkyries, though. I'd probably, oh, man. I might have blown it, huh? Okay, I think that's it. One more game. I got one more game here. I'm going to go to the CFL tonight for the Argos, and they're going up against the Rough Riders here. And yesterday we had an under for just the second time this season in the CFL. Will we get another under here in this one? Now, I think the thing with yesterday's under, yeah, you know, while you did have a matchup there on the surface of 2 pretty good teams that probably should have had a little more offense, I think when you finally look at the game there with, you know, Cody Fajardo was in there. Granted, Edmonton won the game. Give them credit. That was kind of, I thought Edmonton would actually get kind of slowed down by Winnipeg in the game, but they got the win on the road. Now, I think here with Saskatchewan and Trevor Harris right now, Trevor Harris out of his mind in those first 2 wins so far. He's got over 750 yards passing so far this season, 6 touchdowns so far. Saskatchewan looking awesome. Toronto here, you know, Chad Kelly's definitely looked terrific so far. Man, are we just going to go over again here, even if it, I don't care if it's 60. Kelly so far, 867 yards passing, 7 touchdowns so far this season. He's been out of his mind. You got to think both teams can score 30 in this game, don't you? Maybe I'll take the side here. I kind of want to take Saskatchewan here, but let's see what you have here in this one. Saskatchewan at home. They're down to a 3-point favorite. They opened as much as 5.5. So the move here is clearly on Toronto here, actually, as this one has moved 2 points. But I don't know. Saskatchewan's defense is pretty good here so far. And the offense, too, has been sharp. Man, I kind of want to take Saskatchewan here and just lay it. But, man, they're on the road here. All right, I'm going to do it. Give me Saskatchewan here. I lost yesterday on the show with the CFL pick, but I'm going to lay 3 points with Saskatchewan. And they are at home here, right? I'm going to make sure I'm not missing this here. Oh, you know what? Yeah, they're at home, right?
Final.
Okay, I knew there was something. Okay, there we go. I was like, what is the deal here? So the game is definitely, maybe you guys are saying it in the chat. Okay, here's Argos for Big O. So here's the deal. The game is actually at Toronto tonight. Maybe that's why the line moved a little bit. Saskatchewan is the home team, but the game is being played in Toronto because of the World Cup. You know what I mean? So technically, Saskatchewan is the home team, but they're playing in Toronto. So I don't know if they wear the right uniforms or whatever, but the crowd is definitely going to going to be in favor of Toronto here. So, I'll look at Saskatchewan here. I don't know now. I'm having reservations here. I didn't catch that little tidbit. Usually I'm pretty good at that, but the game is at Toronto here. The Toronto is okay. Here it is. Okay, I got it. I do want Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is the home there. It's at Mosaic Stadium. It is in Regina. So Saskatchewan is the home team. Toronto is technically the home team, but it's being played in Saskatchewan. I hope I said it right. I hope I got it right here in this one. I think they're even doing doing that old prairie blizzard thing tonight or whatever they do. So, okay, that's it. That's why we're on Saskatchewan on the reduced price here. I think people maybe they're more confused than I was about this game. I think that's what it was. So, okay.
Final.
That's that. I'm on the Riders here. They're technically Argonauts are technically the home team, but it's at the Rough Riders. That's because the stadium in Toronto, the BMO Field, is being used for the World Cup, so they moved the game. Okay. All right, gang. Hey, I didn't do the drawing today, so use the promo code LIVE to get more picks from me. LIVE. You can get more picks from me over at winnable.com by using the promo code LIVE. Go to winnable.com/Ramon to get those picks, including now. Here's the thing. I'm not going to be with you anymore on the UFC broadcast, so I want you to make sure if you want to get my UFC picks, and I went 6-1 with those picks last week, so you're going to want to make sure you get them over at winnable.com/Ramon. I'll have that package out probably early to mid evening here tonight for the early card tomorrow. So I won't be giving my plays out live here anymore. So I want to make sure if you are interested that you subscribe over at winnable.com/Ramon. So that's how you're going to be getting my UFC here from if you're someone who watched on the show when I would give my picks there before the fight. Now you'll have to, if you want them, to get them over at winnable.com/Ramon. Hey, let's get Jeff in here and talk about the RBI, the home run contest one more time, shall we?
This is MMA Jeff from the Sports Money Network, here to bring you guys this exciting competition, the Home Run Derby. So here's what you got to do. You got to pick a player to hit a home run every night from June 25th through July 3rd. Most money wins the competition. I'll tell you, this is always an exciting one. I'm looking forward to challenging all of you. And stick around to the end of the video. It's going to bring you to the official page for the picks. Make sure you follow the rules closely. Good luck, everybody. See if you have what it takes to win the Sports Money prize pack.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.
Okay, so go over to the official, let me if I get it right here, the official Sports Money Network video page there, and on the video page you'll see the official Home Run Derby video. Mike's talking about it. You'll want to go to this video here where it says official Home Run Derby entry, and then down underneath you can see everyone is already making their picks in here. So go in there, look at all these picks. You got guys lining up, making the picks in there. I'll make my picks in there as well. So go ahead and check it out there over on YouTube underneath the videos tab and try to win the contest here this summer that we're doing. Okay. So really appreciate everybody. Enjoy tonight. Don't forget one more move here. I'll say it over the promo here one more time here since we got early UFC. You can get the previews for the UFC card. And remember, because of the UFC card tomorrow is at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, the morning steam show will be at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Eastern and 4:30 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be here. We'll do about 75 minutes and then let the guys get in to do their show for the UFC from Azerbaijan tomorrow. So we're going to do early morning steam tomorrow. If you want to come on by, Nobody might even be here, but the show will be available all day. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Enjoy. We'll catch you next time. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.